Okay, we're going to make the breadcrumbs. What we have is some panko breadcrumbs, some pecorino romano cheese, some garlic, some oregano, fresh flat leaf parsley, just cleaned, and of course some salt and pepper. All right. Now, because we're using pecorino cheese, which is extremely salty, as it were, we're going to go very easy on the salt. All right, let's start with our garlic. I've already peeled one, but let me show you how to do it very easily. All you do is give it a little bit of a twist like this, and the paper should peel off without a problem. How simple, how easy. If you have trouble doing that, you can also just use your thumb and press down, just like this, then give it a little twist, and it will come apart, or the paper will come off with very, very little effort. So one more time, twist and remove. It couldn't be any easier. All right, we'll be back when I've got the rest of the garlic peeled. All right, I've got the garlic peeled, and I've also gone ahead and trimmed it. So the ends have been taken off, and any kind of blemishes just like this, you can see there's a tiny little blemish. We're going to remove that. And now we're just going to chop our garlic. That's very simply done by just going over it, just like this, little by little, one by one. We're going to finely chop this garlic. Okay, let the knife do the work. And occasionally you wipe it off like this, and then start in again. And you keep going until, of course, you have the fineness that you want. In this case, we're going to go for quite some time. And so what I'll do is I'm probably going to fast forward through this. Now, as you can see, this is a finely chopped garlic. All right, that's exactly what we're looking for. It takes a little bit of time, but to do it by hand like that is so much nicer. All right, finally, before we put everything together, we're going to have to deal with the parsley. So here's our parsley. We're going to just take the stems off and use the leaves. I'm not going to bore you with that. So when we're done, I will come back. Okay, now we have our parsley leaves. There are a little bit of the stems left in there, but that's okay. You don't have to worry about that too much because we're going to chop it all up. And believe it or not, those stems have a lot of flavor in them. So we'll chop those up just like we did the garlic, and I'll be back when that's done. And so here we are. The parsley is very, very finely chopped. And in a minute, we're going to be ready to assemble our breadcrumbs. I'll show you how that's done when we come right back. Okay, we're back. And now it's time to assemble our breadcrumbs. We have the panko breadcrumbs. We have the pecorino romano cheese. We're going to mix that in. Of course, we have our garlic. Seems like a lot of garlic, and by actual authentic Italian standards, it is. But we are making an American Italian dish here. Some oregano, our parsley. I'm going to get as much of that as possible. We spend a lot of time chopping it and picking the leaves out, and so consequently, we want to use that. We want to use as much of it as possible and waste as little as possible. So here we go. Those are our breadcrumbs. We're going to add a little bit of pepper. Probably about half a teaspoon. all the measurements and everything like that are going to be on our website, gsargenti.com. And then we take some salt, very little bit, just a little bit, because the Pecorino Romano is also extremely salty. So, not that salty. I got a very young Pecorino, but we want to salt, but we don't want to over-salt. Over-salting is just as bad as under-salting, and typically in restaurants, what you're going to get is over-salted food, in my opinion. And so there we go. Our breadcrumbs are done.